Hey, cousin. Hey, cousin. Look, I was sitting up here trying to see if I wanted to go live with this dress on because I know we're talking about motherhood and postpartum and things, but this dress is kind of giving pregnant. This dress is giving pregnant. And it don't really look like that in person. See, look, cousin, look. But it got pockets and I like it. It's comfortable. But when I sit down, it look like I'm pregnant. Look, I don't care. I'm thugging it out today. I don't care. So, hey everybody coming in. How y'all doing? I am Marie Moses, but everybody calls me Can. I am a spiritual wellness practitioner, a energy healer, and a transformative speaker. I am going to be talking to the mamas today, all the baby mamas, baby's mamas today. Because I know that there are some women out there, I have heard, there are some new moms out there that are struggling with postpartum depression. Hey, thank you, said such a lady. Thank you. Excuse me, I was trying to burp. I just laughed. Thank you. Thank you very much. But all of you ladies out there, listen. Let's talk. Me and you can stay. You can stay if you're here. I always like to give the disclaimer because even though this is the Lighthouse Women's Wellness Center, we are here to assist women that are on their healing and transformation journey. Men, if you come by, you can stay. There's always a message because when spirit flows, spirit flows. So I'm here to support whoever is here and whoever hears this. And just because you're a man, you may want to hear this because you're going to be dealing with a woman that is pregnant or that has had a baby, or you have had to deal with a woman that has had to have a baby, and it is not easy. It's not easy. A lot of times people just want you to bounce right back after you done had the baby. They want you to go back to the way you used to look. They want you to think the way you used to look, and it don't work like that all the time. It does not work like that. But let me tell you, it does not give you a pass to just sit, ladies. All right, we're gonna get into it because I know it's challenging. Thank you for the love. Thank you. It is challenging. And that postpartum period, that's about 6 weeks after you had a baby. After that baby is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. You should not still be crying about this baby and the baby daddy and what had happened and all of that type of stuff. Okay? I'm just telling you. We got to get up out of that. We getting up out of it today. All right? Because one thing I know about women today, we a little bit soft. You know, we done got a little bit soft. And we forget that we were created to do multiple things. We were just created to do that. So having a baby, having to take care of the house, having to take care of the man, having to do this, having to do that, having to wear all the hats, that's just a part of our role. That is our role. And I know that, you know, as women, we don't feel like it's fair. Sometimes we feel like the man gets the easy route. But I think that some men probably feel like we get the easy route. But, you know, it's just what it is. All right. Men don't really understand how hard it is, even though they can try to, you know, sympathize and empathize with you after you have a baby and all this type of stuff. Some of them will try to sympathize and empathize with you. But listen, they don't understand. What do you say? You wouldn't understand. That's what Steve Urkel said. You wouldn't understand. It's hard. It is so challenging raising children, having to do the thing. It's difficult. It is very difficult. You said, I see, I'm sorry, didn't mean to be disrespectful. You're not being disrespectful. No, you're not being disrespectful. Not unless I missed something that you said. But, you know, like I said, man, you can stay. And I wasn't trying to, you know, come off like that because I'm not a disrespectful woman. I know that, you know, when it comes to having children and raising children, it's just men, they have it different. They can walk away. And that's just a tough reality, but it's the truth. There are over 4 million women raising children on their own in America. 4 million. That means that 4 million, roundabout, 4 million men are not taking care of their family. And it makes it even harder for a woman because now she has to take on the responsibility of being the woman to take care and nurture the children and provide. And that's tough. That is the tough part. And I know that there are so many women that are going through this challenge. So, look, little sidebar here. On Mother's Day, I am going to be doing a wellness session for single mothers. All right, all the mothers out there, y'all married and everything, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead and do what y'all gonna do. But this one is just for single mothers because I know what it's like to raise children on your own. I know what it's like to have to go to work, pay the bills, and do everything on your own. And it's just something that you would have to go through in order to understand the pressure. It is a lot of pressure. And a lot of times people will say, oh, it's the woman's fault, it's her fault, which is true. Okay, it is our body. We do decide and all these other type of things. But you have to understand, too, people who feel like that a lot of us were not raised and trained properly. We did not know certain things. And there are a lot of women right now to this day who still don't know how to vet a man, how to properly date, the importance of waiting until you're married and having that protection of having that contract to protect you. There are women right now, right now, who are out there believing in a man, giving to a man, helping a man, living with a man, having sex with a man that is not their husband. And the truth is, he can walk away anytime that he wants to. It's just the truth. It is the truth. And it's tough. But I believe that right now is the time that is going to end. It's time to end it. And it's not because I said it, but this is what Spirit is doing. Okay? Now, I told y'all in that video a couple days ago that if you've been guided to be celibate, be abstinent, stop having the sex with men, it would be wise to do so because it's something going around, okay? It's something going around. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to live to regret what they're doing because we know better by now. We know better by now. We know that it's dangerous to be out here having sex with somebody that is not your husband or your wife. And for men, they just keep doing it. They feel like they can do whatever they want to do. And it's just a program. It's a condition, you know. We just threw the Bible out the window, the Quran and every other holy book that say you need to get you a wife and be with your wife or whatever. You know, I don't know what the other books say. But I know the Bible say you need to get you a wife. That's what I know because I was raised Christian. But I believe that our Creator designed it to be that way because it's just a certain protection that comes over your union when you include the Creator in your relationship. When we go out and we have sex with a man and we get, all wrapped up with a man, women, when we do that and we're not married to this man, then we're doing it on our own. We separate from the Creator. We separate from Spirit. And nobody's teaching us that either. So we put our lives in the man's hand because our society says, follow the man. The man is the leader. But if he's not following Spirit and if he's not spiritually connected, then you're following him off a bridge. And he'll throw you off that bridge too. So he can go get 3, 4, 5 more women to get them pregnant and throw them off the bridge too. It's a fact. It's a fact. You said, so do you need to save your money and leave? Okay, so this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell you what I would do. I'm going to tell you what I did, as a matter of fact. I was in a relationship for 15 years with a man that I was not married to and didn't see nothing wrong with it because where I come from, that's normal. All my sisters were in long-term relationships. I was in a long-term relationship. We were living together. We had children together. We worked. We came home. Y'all know how it is. This is normal for us, right? But I didn't know that I was separated from Spirit by being with this man. I didn't know that until one day I heard it. Like I'm talking to you, I heard it clear as day that I needed to leave him. And it wasn't like he was a bad dude. Like he wasn't bad to me. We had our ups and downs, but I knew he would always be there for me. But it got to a point where I started to grow and want more in life and do more in life. And he still wanted to be the same way. So we started to grow apart. And I had to leave. I just felt like I just need to go. Because no matter what you do, you try to make it work. And you know how it is. You try to make it work. You try to make it work. You try to make it work. And it just don't work. That's when you know a relationship is expired. So the relationship expired. And it was hard for me to have to let go of a man that I was with since I was 19. That was the only man I was with all my 20s up to my 30s. And haven't been with nobody else since. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But I had to choose between being with him or choosing myself. You know how they say sometimes you have to break your heart to save your soul? I had to do that. And it hurt my children because he completely started changing after we broke up. Let me tell you, come on in, cousin. He switched up. He went from being somebody that was always there for me to, I don't care about you, I don't care about this, I don't care about that. And he never was like that. But I knew he was hurt. But I had to do what I had to do. And my children were upset with me. He was upset. Everybody was mad at me. But I knew I had to do it. And let me tell you something. I used to work very hard every day. In the relationship, I still worked hard because I felt like I needed to always have my own money. I needed to always have my own degrees. I needed to always cover myself. I always felt like that. So I always had my own. So when it was time for me to walk away, I did that. And I was able to do that because I had my own. So you're asking me, should you save up your money and leave? If you're asking me that, you already know the answer to the question. You know, because your soul is guiding you from within. We get caught up in our feelings a lot of times as women. We get caught up in our feelings and we don't make the decisions that are best for our soul. Remember, we are a soul. You're not the body. Your body has the emotion. Your body has the feeling and all of that. But your soul is here to grow and to evolve and to have experiences. And you grow from the experiences. Thank y'all for the love. Thank you. But if you stay stuck, because your body can keep your soul stuck. And when you do that, you feel miserable. You feel miserable. You feel like something needs to change. I don't know what it is. I got to get out of here. I don't know how to get out of here. You just start feeling like that. And all it takes is a plan. That's all it takes. It's a plan. You might not be able to leave right now. Like you said, you may have to save your money up. Listen, I did all that. I'm going to tell you, true Capricorn fashion, I did it all. I filed bankruptcy. I said, let me see how I can get all these bills down. You know what I'm saying? I said, let me get these bills down so I can take care of this on my own. Because I knew it was coming in that spirit. That guidance comes from within. And you want that. You want that guidance. But a lot of times when we connect to men, we lose that guidance. And then we just out here lost. We're lost. And the more we have sex with them, the more, I ain't gonna say we dumb, okay? I ain't gonna say we dumb, but it's like something in our brain don't be clicking right. It don't be clicking right. And I can say that because I know what it's like to be in a relationship and something ain't clicking right. And then I know what it's like to be out of the relationship and baby, it's clicking, okay? Click, click, click. You know what I mean? So do what you gotta do. You say you got into a relationship in a state I want to move away from. He said, I filed too, girl. Yeah, I'm in the building. You're in the building your credit state. Yeah, I had to do that too. And I moved too. Because I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. And I moved here to Atlanta, Georgia. We're all the same. We're all the same. We're just at different phases on the path. So if you feel like you're ready to go, you're going to go. You're going to do what you need to do. But I had to build my credit up. But I filed bankruptcy first because it's just easier for me at that time. It was just easier. Go ahead, pay the money, wipe everything clean, and just start building on top of that. You could get a 650, 680, 700 in a few months. Build it up. It's not hard to do. It's not hard to do. My daughter, I did it for my daughter. My daughter graduated last year in May. By January, her credit score was 680. It's not hard. Especially when you don't have nothing there. So you said I'm in 600 right now. Yeah. So get you some secure cards if you have the extra money. Because I'm going to tell you like this. You don't need no cash if you got that credit right. I'm going to tell you like that. Focus more on the credit. The cash will come. But the credit will get you where you need to go faster. Because now you're not using your money. You're not working and trying to save up money. You're in a position. And this is another thing as women, we have to learn how to get into position. Your credit is very important. Your credit will take you places that your cash will never take you. You'll never be able to get there. And that's just a fact. Yeah, you started an Open Sky. Yeah, so start an Open Sky. If you have Navy Federal has a good secure credit card too. So you want to get you at least 3 of them. Okay, because you want 3 things reporting on your credit. Look at me. Come on, sure. I'll tell you how to do it. So if you have Navy Federal, get their secure card too. If you have to save up for anything, save up and get those secure cards. And you want to keep your utilization low. You're just using them to build up your credit. It's not for you to go out there and spend and buy stuff with. It's just building your credit. And it's $200. Yep, excuse me. You said amen, thank you. I have a Navy Federal. Yes. So the next one you want to get, if you already have the Open Sky, then they probably give you what, $200 limit or something like that. Then spend $70, pay it off next month. Pay it off every month. Whatever you spend on your credit card, you pay it off every single month. If you don't have the money to pay it off, don't get it, because you don't want to mess up your credit. So then apply for the Navy Federal. And then they also have another one. What's the other one? It's called, dang, I'm trying to think about it. I can't think of it right now. But if you have a 600 credit score, you could also go to like Fingerhut. You can do Fingerhut. Go to Fingerhut and get something very cheap, not something that's very expensive. Thank y'all for the love. Something cheapy, like a vacuum, something you need for your house, maybe something $200 or less, and then make payments on that every month. And then they'll report to all 3 credit bureaus too. You can do it that way too. But you want to get at least 3 things reporting on your credit. And since you already filed bankruptcy, you already at 600, your credit score is going to go up. And then Navy Federal, you can apply for a credit card, all right? Get you a credit card. They'll give you 20. Ask me how I know. They'll give you a little 20 something to start with. That's a good start now. That's a good start. But yeah, focus on the credit, because I'll tell you this, if you're going to move, then I just find that it's just better if you just go ahead and get you a mortgage. If you can get your credit up and get you a mortgage, it's better, okay? It's a lot better. And if something ever happens and you need some type of assistance or something like that, you can get assistance when you have a mortgage. If you paying rent and you fall short, then you just short. And that's what a lot of people don't know too. It's like when you got a mortgage, there's certain protection. You have tax write-offs and everything. There's a benefit of you owning the house. So even though people will say whatever they got to say about owning a house, it's better. It's better. So you already there. You can get a house with 680. So he said, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. And you're going to get out of there. But the thing is, you got to go through the cycle. You got to go through the cycle. And it's hard when you're in the cycle, because you got to look at them every day. You got to go home. You got to sit in the car and wait for him to go, and all that type of stuff. You just want to get away. But you remember that feeling. And that's why Spirit allows us to go through these things with these men, because it's like, okay, you got yourself in this mess. And now you want to run to about, oh, please help me get out of this. Oh, no. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. You got to sit in that cycle for a little bit. You do. But you'll get out. You said he works 2 jobs right now, LOL. So I'm thinking, yeah. While you at work, you better be strategizing, get your plan your escape, and get right on up out of there. That's how it go, okay? And women been doing this forever, trying to sneak away from these men. And I always say, like, the only crime is that women, we just love men more than we love ourselves. We do. That is our only crime. And it's hard. It's hard not to love them, because you see their potential. You see they can do better. You believe in them. You want this and you want this and that for them, but they don't want it for themselves. You said we will feel bad. Yeah, we feel bad for them. Hey, cousin. We do. We be like, oh, he can do better. He can do it. I know he can do it. That man don't want to change. He don't want to change. I'm going to tell you what changes a man when you leave him. That's what changes them. That's the only thing that they understand. You can sit up there and talk to this man every single day for years. Day in, day out. Tell him everything that you want, everything that you don't want, all that. If he don't want to change, he's not going to change. And the same person that he is now, he going to be that same person. He's not going to change. He will not change. But when you leave him, that's when they learn. That's when they learn. You say amen. That's a fact. That's when they learn. Don't ask me why. That's just how it is. They got to feel something. But as long as you're there, as long as you always are, having a back and don't want to leave, they know you ain't going to leave. They know it. They're like, oh, no, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. She just be doing all that talking. She going to be all right. Y'all might break up for a little bit and then you be back again. He know that. He knows that. And then they keep doing the same old thing. But when you stand on business, you're like, look, I'm never coming back. You got to walk away and never come back. Okay? Then he'll know. You say, I left my child's father, and 3 years later, he wants you back. Yeah. You said, nope. That's how I go. And you level up. You level up because I would tell y'all, when I left my ex, I never thought that I would be the person that I am today. It wasn't even in my mind. But I had to leave him in order for me to become this person. So the person that he probably want to be with, I wouldn't have been this person if I would have stayed with him. You see what I'm saying? That's how it goes. So we have to leave too so we can learn. But yeah, when I left him, I went on to start my YouTube channel, which a lot of you know me from my previous YouTube channel, Can Be the Light. And I had millions of views and 100,000 subscribers. We started making money, taking care of my children. I mean, life just got so much better for me. And when I see that little TikTok trend now, how women look before the divorce, and then after the divorce, they like, it's not funny, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They'll have a before picture of how they look when they was in a relationship or how they look now. It's an after picture first. Yeah, the after picture comes first. So they look real cute and fine now. And then they show the picture of them when they were in a relationship with the man and they look all big and looking crazy and all that. I'm like, man, I understand. That they like every time I think about going back to my ex, every time I think about getting married again, But I just believe in love. I do believe in love and I'll never close my heart to love. I just had to take a break. I had to take a break and work on myself. And like I always say, it takes years for us to become the women that we are. So it's going to take some time for you to get it right, for you to get your energy right, for you to get, prepared for the man that's in alignment with you. Because there is a man that wants to be with a good woman. It's just we have to be good to ourselves first. And like I said, most of us, we're trying to be good to the man, but we're not good to ourselves. And then we try to do it again. And then we try to do it again. And then we try to do it again. And it never works. It never works. You said it's the women who get fed. What you talking about? You said yes. Yes, it's true. You said we got to learn who we are. Exactly. And that's the point of it all. So that's the reason why we go through all these different ups and downs with men. We could feel like, oh, the men are terrible. Some people feel like men are evil. Men ain't no good and all this type of stuff. Listen, men are men. They're going to be who they are. We're going to be who we are. But everybody, both men and women, we experience what we don't want so we can learn what we want. That's how we learn in life. That's how we learn. Because we wouldn't know what good is or what we want if we didn't feel what we don't want. The thing is, when you feel it over and over and over and over again, it's like, okay, when are you going to pick up what's going on? You got to pick it up and see what's happening. You said started with our childhood. Yeah. And a lot of us learned this behavior. We seen our moms do it with our dad. Chasing after our dad, trying to love our dad, overgive to our dad. Thank you. Loving on the man. And neglecting us, neglecting the house, not taking care of business, not following behind spirit. Because that's what I always say. When a woman follows behind the man, she's not following behind spirit. That's a fact. That is a fact. You got to connect to spirit first. That's the only way that this works. Because women used to be that staple in the family that everybody used to go to. That strong pillar in the family. Nowadays, mama is crazy. And grandma is even crazier. We got to change this. We have to change this. And it starts with us. I believe that our generation will change it. I really believe we will change it. Now, there's a whole nother group of women. They want to be outside. They want to do this. They want to do that. They want to keep sleeping around. let them do that. Okay, I'm talking about the women who really want marriage, who really want family, who really want to be in a solid union with the man and with your family. It starts with us. We have to change. The men will do whatever we want them to do. That's a fact. And I know that because I'm telling you, I've been in a long-term relationship. If a man loves you, he'll do whatever for you. And one thing about a man is they love women. So when women say, no, I'm not having sex with you before you marry me, I'm not doing that, you'll just wean out all the people who want to play games and unsure about what they want to do. They'll just go on about their business. They'll go on about their business, you know. That'll save about 80% of the heartbreak that we go through if we require that they marry us before we start doing too much, moving in with them, having children by them, and all of that type of stuff. We require them to marry us first. Then they will be like, Because on the soul level, a lot of these men know they don't want to mess with that marriage. They don't. Because they know that our Creator gets involved. Not to say that our Creator ain't going to take care of us because we're not married, but I'm just saying they're taking a vow at that point. They're taking an oath to our Creator. I'm going to take care of this woman. You gave me this woman. I'm going to take care of her. I'm going to do right by her. And when they break that vow, it's a problem. It's a problem. You said I'm praying for the change too. It's going to change. It's going to change because men are getting tired. Their privacy areas get tired. Their head get tired. They're stressed out. They keep on collecting body after body, soul tie after soul tie. These men have been with 50, 1,100 women. They going to get tired. They tired now. They want to be married, but they don't understand that they ain't going to be with a good woman that did all her healing work. She didn't clutter herself up. She connected spirit. She don't want you. She don't want you. And I don't care how much money you got, and I don't care about all the tea you got from China. She don't want you. There's nothing you can do to get a woman away from spirit once she's spiritually connected. She does not want you. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care what you got. She don't want you. She don't. And there's a lot of women out here that are doing the work. There are a lot of women out here that are healed. I'm not saying they're healing. They are healed. They are over it, which means they know what they want. That means there ain't no games being played. Either you coming in with the plan, you coming in with your purpose, we coming together with our purpose together, or it ain't nothing at all. That's it. You said, yep, it's a fact. You said, I'm healing and I don't want anyone that hasn't done the work. That's smart. That's wise. That's wisdom. But we only get wisdom from experience. Okay, we don't get that from books. We don't get that from what mama and daddy has said or what the preacher or the pastor or minister said and all this other type of stuff. You get wisdom from experience. So it's okay for us to have these experiences. We're supposed to have these experiences. Life is not supposed to be perfect. You're not supposed to have a perfect existence. Your children won't have a perfect reality. They won't have perfect parents. You never had perfect parents. It's just not supposed to be that way. We're supposed to experience these things, but we're supposed to be learning and growing and getting better and better. That's the point of it all. And that's the point of it all. So it's okay, you know. You might have slipped. We all slip, but, you know, don't fall. Get back up. Do what you need to do. And for all the new moms out there, if you feel like, you know, you regret having your children, all that type of stuff, because I know that those thoughts come up. Nobody really want to talk about that, but that's real. Sometimes you do feel like, dang, what did I do? You know, what did I do? Now I have to take care of this baby. And you can't get rid of the baby. You can't. You cannot get rid of the baby. I don't care if you're married or single. You got to take that baby with you to the bathroom. And the man talking about, all right, baby, I'll be right back. I'm about to go over to Craig's house. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to sit up there with the baby, rocking the baby, holding the baby and all that. You just got to accept it. That's the only way to get over postpartum and all of that regret and all that. You just got to accept it for what it is. I'm going to tell you what worked for me. I'm going to tell you. You just got to accept it. This is your role. And it's bigger than just the baby. It's bigger than just you. You are a woman and you are a portal. You are the reason why there are people on this earth. So having children and raising children, that's just a part of being a woman. That's why we're created. So you're doing what you were created to do. This is your function. But a lot of times we don't want to accept it because now we have to put our life on hold. We got to put our dreams on hold. We can't just make it about us anymore. We got to make it about the baby. And it's tough, but I'm telling you, as soon as you accept it, the better it is going to be for you. If you still thinking about, oh, I remember when I used to wear a two-piece. I remember when I used to have this. I remember when I used to have that. All you're going to do is just sit up there and make yourself more and more angry. So what you doing it to yourself for? Oh, I remember how I was before I met your daddy. Hey, cousin. You said send a piece of love. Thank you, cousin. Thank you. You said it takes time. But I'm a living testimony. Yes, my 5-year-old is my little bestie. They are your best friend. Your children are your best friend. When you first have them and you're going through that postpartum phase, it don't feel like that because all they doing is just taking away from you. All they doing is just taking your milk, taking your energy, take. That's all they do. And you sit up there like, oh, God, how much more I got to take? I can't get no sleep, baby up. And, you just got to accept it. That's the only way you're going to get through it. If you're looking back at the past or if you're thinking about how you want things to change, you're breaking your own heart. You're breaking your heart because it ain't going to change. And if the baby daddy ain't there and you're thinking about that, you're breaking your own heart because that ain't going to change either. That ain't going to help you. You want to move forward, okay? Upward and over. So you just got to see it for what it is. Okay, I got a baby now, all right? So this is what I got to do. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And as women, that's just what we do. That's just what we do. We were created to love. And this world and society will take us away from that vibration, especially certain women on this planet who have that energy to love and nurture all of humanity. Please don't let yourself go away from the love frequency, because if you do, baby, life gets tough. And not only will you destroy the people around you, you'll destroy the children too, because there are a lot of women that do it. There are a lot of women who decide that, you know what, I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. And they just let themselves go. Or, I can see how it can be overwhelming. But don't give up. Don't give up. That's what Mama used to tell me. Look, I ain't going to get emotional. Shout out to my mama. Shout out to my mama. I love my mama because she was the only one that was right there in my corner all the time. She used to tell me, Ken, them babies is going to grow up. They gonna grow up. And she was right. My oldest is 22 years old and he's gone. All right. My daughter, she'll be 19 years old. She done got her wheels, baby, and be on the road. She ain't thinking about me. And my son, he's 15, got a little girlfriend and all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They got their own life. They ain't worried about me. But I could remember when I was in the trenches when I first had them, and I'm like, oh, this is tough. This is so hard. I remember. But when they grow up, they're gone. They're gone. And if you do a good job, you raise them right, then, like the Bible says, you train them right, you teach them right, they won't depart from it. They might do some crazy stuff. You might have to go through some ups and downs with them, but they're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. And you did your job. And then you let them go. You let them go. Because you only raise them for a certain period of time. You raise them for a certain period of time. Now, they always have that open door to come back and say, Mama, what you think about this? They call me and say, Mama, I was thinking about doing this. Mama, how should I do that? And then you tell them what to do and they say, okay. And then they go on. Because my favorite line from my children, I'm saying what the favorite line is for me. When I hear my children tell me, Mama, I got it. They will tell me, Mama, I got it. Baby, pat myself on the back. I did my job. And I know some women, they don't be want to let go of their children. They feel like their children is all they got and all that. No, baby, I've been raising children for a long time. I am a professional mother. I cannot wait until they grow up and go. I love it. My oldest son don't call me for nothing. Nothing. He buys his own cars. He gets his own job. He makes his own money. He got his own apartment. I showed him everything I needed to show him. I taught him everything I needed to teach him. And now he out there doing what he need to do for himself. And if he falls, okay, it's all right. That's how we learn. It is absolutely okay. You said my son is 6. When he tells me he got it, my little heart just flutters. Yes. Because they'll tell you that too. They'll be like, Mama, I got it. You be up there trying to pour their little milk. They say, Mama, I got it. And we be so scared like, no, let me do it because I don't want you to spill it. Let them do it. If he spill it, okay, then you teach him how to clean it up. Okay, now go get your napkin. And this time, pour it slow this time. You never stop teaching them. But they grow up. They grow up. And then you have to have your own life. That's why it's important for us to keep ourselves in shape, eat right, love ourselves, nurture ourselves. And sometimes you can't get away from the baby, but when you can, book you a little staycation in the city or something like that. Go get you a little hotel room and somebody gonna watch the baby for you. Or go and get you a back massage or get you a full body massage or, do some things like that to pamper yourself. Because if you don't, then you get overwhelmed. And I know there are times when you can't, because I've been there before too, where you just can't. You just can't leave the baby. You ain't got nobody there to watch the baby. Well, guess what? When that baby go to sleep, that's your time. That's your time. Go in the bathroom, get you some sea salt, make you a little bath, get you some warm water, whatever. Turn on your little music and all that. Paint your own toes, paint your own nails, do your hair, grease your scalp. Get in that mirror, take care of yourself. You can do it. I do it right now. There's things that I could pay for, but there's things that I just feel like I just want to do for myself because I just want to nurture myself. It's just different. So you said, yes, take care of yourself. You said all of it. For real. You can do it. You ain't got to go out there and spend money and say, oh, I want to go here, I want to go there. Okay, you can. But if you can't and you can't get away from them kids, wait till they go to sleep. They going to go to sleep. They going to fall. When they fall, you're going to scoop them up, put them right on over where they need to go. And then you go get in that bathroom, change your sheets or whatever. I used to love getting fresh sheets. That was my thing. And as a mother, it's like, you just love the simple things. So for me, I'd be like, oh, I want to give me a new comforter set. So that was my thing. I'm like, oh, I just want to give me a new comforter set. Give me some new pillows. Give me some house shoes. I used to buy little stuff for myself like that. Like, you can't forget to do things like that for yourself. And it may seem like it's small, but it really makes you feel more comfortable. So you said, yeah, ooh, me too. Yes, I love it. I love it. You said, I love me a bath when my kids are gone to sleep. Yes, that's your time. That is your time. And when my babies were small, they dad used to be at work. When I was in my 20s, I didn't really work that much because he worked. So he would be at work and I wouldn't have nobody to watch the baby. So I would put them in that little bouncy seat when they used to go to sleep. Put that little bouncy seat right next to the bathtub. Run my bath water and be in there just relaxing. He'd be at work. I'd be relaxing in that little bathtub. And get out, do my hair and all that. And, look all cute from when he come home. You got to make sure you still look beautiful because you feel better. You feel better when you look good. And it's hard because we always have that pressure on us of working hard. Because I know what it's like to work too now. I know what it's like to work too because I got to that point where I was like, look, I appreciate everything you doing around the house, but I need to have my own money. I need to have my own things. I do not want to wait for you to give me money. I did not like that. I was like, no, and I know someone might like, they might like that type of thing. And he wasn't like rich or nothing like that, but he was just the type of man that was like, I want to do everything. I don't want you doing everything because I want stuff for myself. And I want to do something. I want to get up and feel like I am useful. When you just get up and all I'm doing is getting dressed, getting the baby dressed and sitting in the living room, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So, you got to find time for yourself and do things for yourself. You said self-care is important. I'm learning not to neglect myself. Yes. And I did it for years. I did it for a long time. I was like, I don't really need nothing. That's how I used to feel. Like, I don't really need nothing. If I had some extra money, I'm buying my children some pants, or I'm buying them some new shirts, or this one needs some shoes, or this one needs that. I'm always taking all my extra money to buy them stuff, and they shining, looking good when they going to school and daycare. Baby mama got on scrubs. I'm just going to work. All I need is a new pair of scrubs. That's it. When I worked at the hospitals and clinics and stuff like that, all I need is me a cute little pair of scrubs and some shoes. I'm good. I'm good. I was not thinking about pampering myself at all. And I was tired and stressed out every day. And I looked like it. You said that was me. Yes. I was like that. I was like, man, I don't need to be getting all dressed up. I don't need to be doing all of that. Hey, cousin. Yeah, I was like, I don't need to do all that. But after I left the relationship, I was thinking like, dang, I really neglected myself real bad. Real bad. It's gonna make me emotional, but that's okay. I'm a thug. I'm a thug. Thug tears. Mom life is thug life, okay? I did. I neglected myself real bad. I was like 70 pounds heavier when I was in a relationship. And he didn't care. He didn't care. Now, when he met me, I was small. I was 130, something like that. After I had our daughter, baby, I could not lose that weight and wasn't trying to lose no weight because he never said nothing. He never said it was a problem or nothing. He used to feed me more and more food. If I wanted some cookie, he go get the cookies. If I wanted a snack, he going to get the snack. Whatever it is that I wanted. I was like, "Damn, girl, you was tripping hard." I was. And he didn't say a thing. He didn't say a thing. And that's another thing, men. They won't tell you the truth. They won't, especially if they care about you. They will not tell you the truth. They'll be sitting up there thinking like, man, this woman is big as a bitch. They'll be looking at all the small, cute girls and all that type of stuff. But they won't never tell you, babe, that stomach getting a little big. They don't care if that stomach big. Baby, they be rubbing on that stomach at night like you still pregnant. You ain't even pregnant. You said, do you like men with problems? Now, what kind of question is that? Beauty is also on the inside. That's true. That's true. And I think they feel like that too. They get comfortable. You know, men get comfortable with you and you get comfortable being the way that you are. And then before you know it, you 10 years in a relationship. You big as a house. He ain't changed a bit. He still look the same he looked when you met him. No. Get that weight down. Get that weight down. He got to always feel like when you leave out that door, look, somebody looking. He got to always feel like that. I don't care what these men say. I don't care what they say. They want to have a beautiful woman. They love it. They love it. So you got to make sure that you're on point, especially if you want to be in a relationship with the man. It's like you don't do it for him, but you always got to keep that appeal. You know, you got to be attractive. And men just love smaller women. My son, let me tell you something, cuz I'm be honest. My son, he about to be 15 years old. We had this conversation. And he was telling me what his friends were saying about me. They were saying that I was cute, right? So it was going to my head a little bit. I was like, for real? You know? He's like, yeah, you know, they were saying that you fine S or whatever. And I was like, what that mean? He was like, it's just something that we say. I was like, what do they say? He was like, they say your mama, I ain't gonna lie, your mama fine-ish. Okay, S-H-I-T. And I was like, they be saying that about me? He was like, yeah, but they say that about everybody who's small, you know? And I was like, so if I was a big mama, like if I was overweight, would they say the same thing? He was like, no. I said, so you don't think guys like big girls? He was like, no. I don't think no man likes a big girl. I said, for a woman, if you see a big woman, what do you think about her? That's auntie. That's what he said. That's auntie. I said, so auntie can't be cute? He was like, no. I was like, damn. Thank you, cousin. He said, I love you, cousin. I always watch you on YouTube. Love your readings. Hey, cousin. I love you too. But he said that. He was like, that's not cute. I said, so a girl just has to be smaller to you or smaller than you. And he was like, yeah. I want my girlfriend to be smaller than me. I don't want a girl that's big. I don't want a girl that's bigger than me. I said, do you think most guys feel like that? He said, yeah. I believe him too. I believe him. But back in the day, this is what we got away from. We used to have that etiquette, how women used to teach us how to dress, how to walk in heels, how to, put that little corset on after you had that baby. Okay, sidebar for the women out there. You had that baby, you didn't have that stomach taped down, duct taped down, or whatever you got to do. Put it down, all right? Because if you eating or whatever it is that you doing, and you just going to blow that stomach up more and more, it's going to be harder for you to get that stomach down. I'm telling you the truth. It may be hard, but you got to sleep in that thing. I don't care if you got to buy one of them fupas or whatever them girls be wearing. Put the whole suit on. You say, hey, because my nephew is 23 and skinny. He loves the big girls. He loves big girls? Yeah, it is. My brother called them chubby chasers. My brother called them chubby chasers. But it is some men that like big girls. But, I don't know. The type of men that most women want, he ain't gonna want no big girl. He ain't gonna want no big girl. That's just what it is. It is what it is. We gotta accept it. You said, why are we trying to appeal to men when they really don't like us? You know what? I think that men, like I said, I think that men will change their feelings towards us once we change our feelings towards ourselves. But we don't value ourselves a lot of times. And I know this for a fact because when I was heavier, I was treated a lot differently when it comes to men. Now that I've lost weight, I get nothing but respect. Nothing but respect. And it's not even that I just lost weight. It's the way that I carry myself now. Back then, I used to walk around with Nikes on, Maxes, and, you know what I'm saying, leggings and all that, jeans and stuff. Just regular schmegular, Excuse me, but now I carry myself in a different way, and my energy has changed. So now they running to hold the door open. They asking what you need. This, it's just different. It's different. And I feel like men want a woman to respect. They are looking for a woman to respect because they want that. They need those boundaries. They really do. But a lot of times we don't love ourselves, and that's the reason why they don't like us, because what they need from us, they're not getting it. See, they used to be able to come to their woman and know this woman is solid. She gonna tell me when I'm right. She gonna tell me when I'm wrong, and she ain't scared to leave. But now it's like we too scared to say anything. We just gonna go with whatever. Whatever they say, we just go with it. We just do whatever. No. You have to have your own identity. You have to be a strong woman. And a lot of times they say they don't want a strong woman, but they do. Okay? Let me put it like this. They may not want you, but they'll appreciate you. They will appreciate you for having standards. So I think men love women. They'll never stop loving women. A woman is a man's weakness. They will always be that. But we have to know who we are. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Because we looking at them and we forget that we were created to help them. So obviously it's something that we have that they need. And vice versa. There are things that they have that we need, but there are a lot of women doing it without men. I'm just saying it. Men don't like being by themselves. They don't. They want to be around their homies. They want to be up underneath a woman. They always want to be up under somebody and something all the time. All the time. Yeah, we're created to help them. They need help. But we think that they know everything. And I think that's kind of part of our responsibility too, is just to let them believe that they do. Let them think they know everything. Okay? The whole time they need that woman in their corner. And that's just what it is. In order for them to go to that next level, it's just what it is. I didn't make up the rules. I'm just telling you what they are. I'm just telling you. You said I need a tutorial on how to wrap my hair so pretty. Thank you, cousin. Thank you. I have the tutorial. I have everything you need to know about spirituality. But join us in spiritual alignment class. I forgot to tell y'all that too. Join us in spiritual alignment class. For all of you ladies out there that are ready to start over, if you're ready to prioritize yourself and your healing, join us in spiritual alignment class. It's a 4-week commitment to yourself so you can restart, okay? Get you on the good foot. And then after you join spiritual alignment class, the advancement program, I teach you everything about spirituality, down to the hair wrap, the clothes, everything. How to attract a man, a divine masculine man. Because you don't just want any man. Especially for you spiritual women out there. You're spiritual, you healing and doing all this work on yourself. You can't be with a regular man. It ain't going to never work. It ain't going to never work. You're going to try to be with this regular man and it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. Do I have a man? No. I decided to not date and to not be in a relationship back in, I want to say like 2017. And I have spent years working on myself. And I think that's the best thing for any woman out there to do. Okay? I was in a relationship for 15 years. I can still be in one. But I was ready to go. It was time for me to work on myself. It was the best decision I could have ever made for myself and for my children. And like I said, I'm not saying anything against men. I love men, okay? I'm a wife, and I say that all the time. I know I'm going to be married, but men are not like the center of my universe. And that's something that women have to recognize too. You know, when we have that strong desire to always be with a man all the time, you're picking up on a man's energy, because men feel like that about women. Men think about women all day long, all day long. They think like that. We don't naturally think like that. But if you're with a man, like I said, and he's not healed, or he messing with this one and that one and that one and this one, you're going to pick up that energy, and then you're going to be feeling like you want to always be up on top and underneath the man all the time. But that's because you're picking up on this man's energy. When you start to cleanse and heal yourself, start taking them spiritual baths like I told y'all. Listen, join us in spiritual alignment class. We're going to get it together, because you got to cleanse that energy. A lot of times we go from this man to that man to that man to this man and wonder why it's always the same thing. You're not cleansing your energy. You take a shower every day, but you're not cleansing your energy. You got to learn these things, women. Because you're not only going to be cleansing yourself, but you got to cleanse your children. You got to cleanse the men. You have to do all that. Having a man is a responsibility. So do I have a man? No, because I understand the responsibility. It's not just about being with the man and you with him and him with you. It's not none of that. It's work. It's work. You literally have to work to make the relationship work, or for it to go anywhere. And I'm not... Well, I ain't gonna say I'm not. I wasn't in the position to do that. Now I am opening up more to dating, or even the idea of being in a relationship again. But for years, I was under construction. And I think a lot of women will benefit from just, taking yourself off the market, Fix yourself up, get yourself right, get your energy right, and all that type of stuff, so you can attract a better partner, because your partner will change when you change. Thank y'all for the love. Your partner will change when you change. You said, what age do I plan on getting married? I hope you do not wait until you turn 70. I'm not going to wait till I turn 70. I don't know. It's not in my hands. It's not in my hands. My life is not in my hands. I put my life in the hands of my Creator. So I stopped choosing. I stopped taking care of myself. I stopped working on the job. I stopped doing all the things that people do. And I just allow Spirit to take care of me, and it works. It works. So any man that I get with, I know it's divinely led to me, because he ain't gonna find me no other way. He ain't gonna find me no other way. So, it is what it is. I know I'm here to help a man, but it has to be a certain type of man. It's not just a regular man, because, like I said, we are here with a purpose. We have something that we came here to do. Say you are cute and have a good personality, so I think you will find a good man. Thank you. Thank you, Philip. That's the same one who just asked me, don't wait till I get 70. Or am I going to wait till I get 70? Thank you. You said, oh my God, Cousin Ken, I haven't seen you in years. I know, cousin. I've been MIA. I told you, Philip. I was gone. I had to work on myself. You said you deleted your Facebook in 2019. I'm so happy to see you. I'm happy to see you too, cousin. Look, I don't even be on Facebook. I don't be on none. This is the place where you're going to find me, right here on TikTok. I like TikTok. And if I'm not careful, I'll be on TikTok all day. I ain't going to hold you. I ain't going to lie to you. I just like TikTok. But all the other platforms, I'm like, whatever. But I'll be here. So I know I was gone for a minute, but I'm doing exactly what I told you all that you all should consider. I can't tell you what to do, but I think it's a good start for a new beginning. And definitely join us in spiritual alignment class, because you do have support. There's a community of women that are healing, and we're taking care of our children and moving forward. And like I said, it's no hate against men. I love men so much. I do. I really do. I really, really do. But I am not going to sit up here and act like a lot of men are not just doing too much. There's a lot of men doing way too much. So Excuse me. You said me too. I love it here. Thank you. Oh, you love it here on TikTok? Oh, I love TikTok. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is the best thing that ever happened to us, y'all. The best and the worst. Because it can be toxic, depending on what side of TikTok you on. Because some of the things come across my FYP, I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that. But yes, ladies, make sure y'all join us at Spiritual Alignment class. If you need any support, join our community. Let me see what else I got for y'all. Oh, sign up and register for the wellness session for Mother's Day. For all the single mothers out there, sign up because I'm going to be doing healing for you all on Mother's Day. Energy healing. So it's going to be good. You say you need to join. Yes, join Spiritual Alignment class. It will reset you. I'm telling you. And it's spirit. It's not me. When I was going away, I was given the assignment. When I came back, give it to the women that are ready. And that's what I do. That's all I do. You said, hey, mama. Okay. El Shabazz said, hey, mama. Let me see how many kids I got. I just live. You said, need help with stress and hormonal imbalance. Oh, yes. Definitely join Spiritual Alignment class. It's a 4-week commitment, but it's a 28-day cycle, okay? So you can change anything in 28 days. So just commit to yourself for 28 days. That's what spiritual alignment is about. To get your body and soul in alignment with your spirit. Because a lot of times we're disconnected from the spirit. So things just go crazy. And we don't know why. We don't know what's going on. It just feels like everything is all over the place. We don't know what's going on. Your body, soul, and spirit is out of alignment. That's why you feel like that. That's why you feel like that. And that can happen due to your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors, things that you're doing, and a lot of different things that are going on within you. There could be actual blockages going on. So you got to work on your alignment. He said, I love that mommy energy. Okay. He said he love that mommy energy. Yes. Big mama energy. Look, I got my maternity dress on today. And it got pockets. You said yes. Yes. Look, he like a dress with pockets. Oh, you like this? Oh, you like this? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Look, I wasn't even going to go live when I sat down. I seen this. I was like, man, I look like I am pregnant. This definitely look like a mama dress. But I don't care. I'm comfortable today. I do not care. But yes, ladies, it's your time. It's your time. Commit to yourself. Commit to yourself. There's nothing wrong with you want to be with a man and all that type of stuff. And being there for your children. We got to do that. That's just part of our life. But nothing works in your life if you are not right. If you ain't got your energy right, everybody else is going to struggle. And that's something that I had to learn too. I used to think I was being a good mother and taking care of my children, all these type of things. Baby, I was just babysitting. I was not raising my children for many years because I worked too much. But I'm here to tell you that our Creator will take care of you. All you got to do is get in alignment. That's all you got to do. All the things you know the Spirit is guiding you to do, if you start following those things, if you start listening and getting in alignment, man, you ain't gonna have to work hard. You ain't gonna, thank you, cousin. You are not gonna have to work hard. And people think it's magic. People think it's all this other type of stuff. I'm telling you, ain't none of that. All it is like you having a rich parent. You do what you need to do, you're gonna get that inheritance. That's what it is. And it's for men and women. For all of us. We say all y'all. It's a fact. But we want to do whatever we want to do. And that has always been our problem. That has always been our problem. Humanity just want to do whatever we want to do. We can do it. But we're not going to like the outcome. You ain't going to like working hard every day. And I don't care if you get a business, because I worked hard in the business too. Every day. Working hard, working hard, working hard. Trying to make things happen. Trying to make things happen. That's a phase. That's a level. We all go through that. But the next level is rest. And when Spirit told me that, we're supposed to be here resting and creating. Not working hard and surviving. Like, somebody flipped the table on us. Hold on, wait a minute now. Somebody flipped the table on us. And that's why on the soul level, we feel so exhausted, because the soul knows. Remember, the soul has lived before you in this life and will live after you. Your soul knows everything. That's your GPS. So your soul knows you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing. But you're doing it every day and it's still not working. Your soul's like, you ain't satisfied. You do this, it ain't satisfying. You get with this person, it ain't satisfying. Nothing to satisfy you. Your soul ain't happy, because the soul needs to grow. And we need to be connected to our creator. We're not created to do it by ourselves. We can only get so far. And we don't know we're disconnected. But on the spiritual path, we always say, you don't know what you don't know that you don't know yet. You don't know. It's just like a baby. A baby don't know everything until they learn. So that's how we are. Little baby humans here learning everything. We don't know nothing till we know. And then when you know, what do you do with what you know? What do you do? Do you keep doing the same thing, or are you going to make adjustments? That's how you level up spiritually. That's how you raise your vibration. You have to do the work. It's not enough to know it. You know? It's not enough. Knowing it ain't enough. You can get the books. You can have the pastor and the minister to pray on you, lay hands on you, knock you down on the ground. You know? It ain't going to change you. Thousands and thousands and millions of people in church, and they ain't changed a bit. They will not change, not even that little bit. Because they ain't going to change you. Because it's not going to come from somebody else. They can't teach you what the Spirit teaches you. Remember, it comes from within. So Spirit is always guiding us from within. You know what to do. When will you start doing it? You know who to let go of. When will you do that? You know how to eat. When will you start doing that? You know where to go. When are you going to make a move? But it's your choice. You know, we have the freedom to choose. You said so true. It is the truth. We know what to do. But we're like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It ain't that you don't know what to do. It's the thing that Spirit is asking you to do. You don't want to do it. He said, lady, you're beautiful. Thank you. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. And then you stay stuck. And then your soul is like, another year of this, I guess. Another year with this person, I guess. You know you're settling. You know you're settling when you're settling. You know it. But you think it's going to change. Does it change? No. Because it's not supposed to. Remember, people are not supposed to change for us. They change us. They're supposed to change us. So I don't care who it is. If it's your mama, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your man, your woman, your friend. It don't matter who it is. If you know that you need to let this person go, do what you got to do. Because they're not going to do nothing that you want them to do. And they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to. Not even your children. Everybody has the freedom to do what they want to do. And remember, we're here just making observations. And then we make adjustments. Thank you for the love. You make adjustments. So we're making all the observations. We know everything. Okay. That's why I say knowing ain't enough. Because we know everything. But what do you want to do with what you know? That's how you grow. And it hurts. Sometimes you got to break your heart to save your soul. You're going to have to do that. More than once. I've done it several times. I done left jobs behind, a man behind, my hometown behind that I love, you know, family behind, friends behind, all of it. Even my old self, gone. She gone. People want Can to come back. Can gone. That Can, that version of me, she can't come back because she's gone. She doesn't exist anymore. And that's how it is. You said I'm married though, but definitely family gotta go. Woo child, yeah. They gotta go. And when you're married, it's really just supposed to be you and your partner. That's how it's supposed to be. And the Bible is right when it talks about leaving your family and all of that, your mother and your father and all that, and you and your partner getting together, and y'all do what y'all need to do together. That is the way it's supposed to be. But people will put their family before their partner, and it's like, hold on, wait a minute, this is your person. This is your person. Nothing comes before your person other than the Creator. Not even them children. Man, them children better go over my man. With my man. It's my husband. Now, You pick you a good man, you know, somebody who loves children, because there are men out there who don't love children. Say, oh, I don't want a woman with children. They don't love children. They don't love children. They don't. They don't understand, okay? If you want to be with a woman in today's age, it's 4 million women out here raising children by themselves. How many women is it here in America? And for you to say you don't want a woman with a child, you going to be an old single man by yourself. I'm telling you that right now. But that's a red flag if a man say he don't want a woman with a child. Because what is a child going to do other than love you? That's all they do. What they going to do? Look at you? They going to look at you? They'll be wanting a woman with children because they know the children are smart. They'll be able to see right through them. Shoot, the children are smart. I know mine are. They're like, mama, No, I'm just playing. My children don't know nothing about no men. They don't. I don't bring no men around my children. They never seen it. They ain't gonna see it. Not unless I say, hey, y'all, this is gonna be my husband. I'm getting ready to get married. That's the only time a man gonna meet my children. You don't need to see my children. You don't need to be in my house. You don't need to know nothing about what's going on over here, bruh. And women, y'all need to learn that too. I can't tell you what to do, excuse me. It would be wise. Don't bring them men in your house. Don't bring them men in your house. Don't bring them in your house. Don't bring them around your children. You don't know that man. You don't know him. You don't know him. You don't know him. And you don't know if it's going to work out. It could be good and steamy in the beginning. It could be good and hot and heavy for a couple years. But the moment it go wrong, it's a problem. And you don't want your children getting attached to a man because they will get attached. And I told you, that's all they're going to do is love him, especially if he's a good man. Especially if he come in like a lot of men do. They want to buy the child this. They want to help the child do this. You know, they want to build a relationship with the child. And then when the relationship is over, now your child connected to this man. Like, oh, well, he gone. Don't do that to your baby. Because your babies are gone. All children want is love. That is the purest form of love on the planet. That's all they want. That's all they want. And if they seeing this man go, this one come, this one go, this one come. Not only are you hurting them, but they seeing how it's hurting you. And they lose respect for you when you do that. They do. So a lot of times, you know, we're trying to figure out why our children acting funny, why they behave like this, why they doing this and that. Because they looking at you, they like, mama, what are you doing? You don't want your children to be like that. You said you speaking right. I'm telling you the truth. Said she is so right. Yeah. You don't want them to be looking at you like that. You don't want them to be like, man, mama, I wish you would just do better. You know? And I know what it's like, you know, growing up like that. I grew up like that. I'd be like, mama, dang. My mama right now to this day, I'm going to put you out of my business. I love my mama. But my mama, I'd be like, mama, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You don't want to be that mama where your children say, mama, what are you doing? But when you spiritually disconnected, that's what happens. You go through life and you don't know what to do, so you just do whatever. I was watching this lady here on TikTok. I was watching her video, and she was talking about how she just lost $400,000. This man did scam this woman out of $400,000. She met the man in October, okay? He was riding on trucks or driving trucks or something like that. And she was in real estate. So he wanted to get into real estate. So by the time I think like November, December came, he done came up with a plan that he was going to stop driving trucks and they was going to go into business together. And he was knowledgeable, I guess, a little knowledgeable about real estate or whatever, and she was too. So they was getting ready to do this whole business together, whatever, going to business together. And this woman didn't get no contract on no end. She didn't get the marriage contract and she didn't get the business contract. Just out there doing stuff. Out there doing stuff. Trusting this man. So he just stopped driving trucks, decided he wanted to go into business with her. They was going to be together and this and that, all off his word. Mind you, women, the man ain't doing nothing but giving you his word. That's like me doing like this. I promise I ain't going to leave. I promise if you give me something, we get pregnant, I ain't going to leave. Don't give me some. It ain't funny, but that's what they be doing. You hungry? You want to eat? Here goes some food. You gonna get your hair done? You want to get some stuff? Here goes some money. And you start talking about, well, let's get married. Where's the contract? They don't speak no English. That's how you get rid of them. That's how you get rid of them. And if they play around with that marriage contract, you already know Spirit gonna get them. So you ain't gotta worry about it. Spirit gonna get them regardless. But really, when they get to fumbling with them contracts, I'm just saying, contracts are real. We got spiritual contracts, we got physical contracts, and all of that. This woman that went into business with this man, they done bought a house and everything. This man took all the money, $400,000, and she don't even know how to get in contact with the man. The man done turned his phone off, gone, and she just out of $400,000. Dang. Thank you. You said, y'all have a great day. Thank you, Ricky. Have a great day. You said, hey, it's been a long time since... Hey, cousin. I know, right? It's been a long time. I'm there, cousin. You said yours was like that for a minute when I was young. You said my mama, too. Yeah, man, these mamas be crazy. We ain't gonna be no crazy mamas. We in it together. Yeah, cousin. I was like, dang. But, we just be trying to be with these men. We just try to be with them. We just, well, he said, I don't care what the man say. When we gonna learn? It don't matter what the man say. He can say whatever he want to say. Because he could turn around tomorrow and change his mind. He can say something else. He can say he love you today and tomorrow you ain't nothing. We see it happen all the time. He can be loving you, taking care of you, and then the next minute, I don't want to do this no more. I'm ready to go. You say you've been taught that lesson right now. It's a fact. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself, because we were created to love. And that's just how it is. But when we see what's going on, we got to be responsible. We got to be responsible. It ain't the man's fault. It ain't the man's fault. And look, now I'm thinking about DeAndre Sanders, because that's my little niece. And I feel like, look, in my head anyway. But I could see it when she got with him. I was like, That ain't the one. That ain't the one. Look, with my own niece, I said the same thing. That ain't the one. That ain't the one. And now she got the baby. And now he out here acting a fool, embarrassing her. And embarrassing their family. You got to be thinking about that. You got to think about the type of man that you with, and pay attention to the signs. Because the signs are always going to be there. Spirit going to put the signs right in front of your face. He going to say something. He going to do something. It's going to be right in front of your face. But every time we see the sign, we say, oh, maybe it ain't that. It might not be that bad. You said all my aunties and my mama said he ain't the one. You could do better. Yep. Because mamas know. Aunties, mamas, they know. Because they been through it. They can see it coming from a mile away. They're like, he ain't the one. And what we say, no, y'all don't know him like I know him. I know him, you don't know him. You said they be knowing. They do be knowing. They do. For real. You said, yeah, mama knew. And she said on the day of my wedding day that I was going... Oh, she was going to my funeral. Oh, what? What'd she say? Oh, she said on your wedding day that she was going to your funeral? Ooh, that's cold, man. That's cold, man. That just gave me the chills. Ooh. It's spiritual, ladies. It's spiritual. It's 1,000% spiritual. These men, they have opened themselves up to some energies. And they may not know. But I'm telling you, they have done it. They have done it. Because they don't know how to have discipline. We're not guided to be disciplined just for the sake of being disciplined. No. Excuse me. men and women, we're guided to be disciplined because it protects your energy, it protects your aura, it protects you from inviting these energies to possess you. That's a fact. So a lot of things that these men are doing, people think it's outrageous, but it's spiritual. Remember, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. That's a fact. And I'm not just saying the Bible. I'm telling you because I know it. I'm telling you because I know I've removed these energies. I know what they look like. I know what they feel like. I know what they smell like. I know the energies. And a lot of these men are connected to these energies. And then if you connect to them, now they have access to you. And that's what they want. They want a woman's life force energy. That's what they want. And we're not protecting ourselves by following that guidance from our creator, from our spirit that comes from within. And then we are the ones that are getting laid down every time. Every time. Every time. It's greater than just the man. Because he's just a vessel. He's just a vessel. That's why I don't do no good to be mad at him. Because he don't even know. He don't even know. That's the same thing Yahshua said. Forgive him. Because he don't know. He want to have peace in his mind, and he don't know why he can't have peace. He want to have an existence that he doesn't have because he's disconnected from the source. We all start off like that. But like I say, as long as they're alive, they can make changes. But some of them, they are comfortable with these forces. They enjoy it. They will hurt a child. They will hurt a woman. They will hurt a mother. They will hurt anybody. And y'all know, because most women can say that as a child, a man has done something to them. It's not the man. It's an entity. So we have to be careful when we are with these men. And a lot of women are taking on these entities, and that's the reason why they're behaving the way that they're behaving, because they have these attachments. So whenever you want to get into alignment, that's why I tell y'all, join me in spiritual alignment class, because we're going to get rid of all of this. All of it. I'm not afraid of none of them, and I know exactly what they look like. Taking over people, taking over children, taking over families, taking over everything. That's what they think they're going to do, but their time is up. Their time is up. And whenever you decide to take control of your life, whenever you decide to start following that guidance from spirit within and start disconnecting from these people and places and mindsets and behaviors and beliefs that's disconnecting you from the creator, you're going to get your power. Yeah. You said the narcissistic spirit. Yeah. It's I don't even like using labels and names and things like that because it's just an energy. It's just dark and it's light in my mind. It's just dark and it's light. And it's not wrong because they're doing what they're supposed to do. They are. They are. They teach us. That's what they're supposed to do. And either we learn or we don't. That's how it goes. And our creator allows it for now. For now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I believe it, you know. Narcissistic people and stuff like that. I believe all of that. But I know that they don't have more power than you do. They don't have power over you. Unless you give them your power. And that's what they want. They want you to give them your power. Because once they have your power, even if they just have your energy, even if you're just thinking about them, even if you're just calling upon these energies and all, if you give them your energy, then they have rights in this realm to do certain things. For now, anyway. But we ain't gonna go too far in it. Y'all join me in spiritual alignment class because we're gonna work this out. Because I know that a lot of women are connected to men or have connected to men that have these entity attachments. And you're trying to get your life together. You're trying to move forward. You're trying to love yourself, take care of yourself, and you're trying to figure out why it's a struggle. That's why. That's why. You got to remove the energies. Because it's spiritual. It's not just a physical thing. It's manifesting in the physical, but it's spiritual. You have these attachments that you have to remove. If you want to. But it's what I always say. If you are not ready to stop doing certain things, especially like having sex with a man that you're not married to and all this type of stuff, if you still want to keep doing that, then, don't join spiritual alignment class. You're going to waste your time. You're going to waste your time. That's like cleaning up, taking a shower, taking a bath, and then you go outside and start playing again. It don't work like that. You got to be ready. You got to be dedicated to yourself. You got to be tired of letting these men mistreat you. You got to be tired of letting family members disrespect you and talk to you crazy and use you and all that stuff. You got to be tired. So that's why I say it's not wrong, because they wear you down. And that's what they're supposed to do till you get to a point to where you're like, you can't help but see. You can't help but see it. You say, yeah, you can't help but see it. You like, okay, I got to do something. I don't care what I got to do, but I'm going to do something. And that's where you need to be to make change. Because until you get to that point, you just keep repeating the cycle. And that's okay. It ain't wrong. There ain't no judgment here. I stayed in the cycle for 15 years. I told y'all that. And if I show y'all what I look like then and what I look like now, like that TikTok trend, I got some pictures like that too. I look older then than I do right now. And I was in my 20s and 30s. And I look like I was in my 40s and 50s. But it was because the person I was with. And that's a fact. And I know it, But, like I always tell y'all, it wasn't like some stellar guys that growing up in Kansas City, Missouri. Everybody was in the street. All the dudes that have money is in the streets. That's just what it is. And when you messing with a guy in the streets, he doing all this type of stuff, baby, you taking out all that energy. And even if he just going to work every day, you don't know what this man is doing behind the closed doors. You don't know what he's watching. You don't know what he's eating. You don't know, whatever he's doing, he's bringing it right back to you. And not only bringing it to you, he put it inside of you. Can we be real? That's real. So we got to protect ourselves. You said glory of the Spirit will wait. Yeah. It'll weigh you out. It will. Exactly. So when our Creator guided us to wait until marriage, it's not just because we're being forbidden to do something that feels so great, That's what I always tell people too, and I tell my children this. The only reason why the sex feels good is because if it didn't feel good, nobody would do it, and we wouldn't have people. So that's why it feels good. It's supposed to feel good. It feels great. It feels great. Okay? But that is for married people. If you're not in a relationship or married, then the sex ain't for you. That's just what it is. But we don't want to hear that. We say, no, that's old fashioned. No. That's Western thinking. Okay. All right. Humanity. Know everything, don't know nothing. Knows everything and don't know nothing. Meanwhile, we suffered in our minds, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, overwhelmed, stressed out, toe up from the flow up. But feel like, oh, we could keep doing what we're doing. And Spirit gonna let you do whatever you want to do. I'm telling you, our Creator will not stop you. You can cry as many times as you want to cry. You can get on your knees. You can read the scripture. You can say, I ain't gonna never do it again. And I bet you the Creator ain't gonna stop you. That's it. I ain't gonna stop you. He said, I used to watch you on YouTube back in 2020 while I was pregnant. I'm so happy I found you again. Hey, cousin. Yes, I'm back. And it's all Spirit. It ain't me. If it step on your toes, that's Spirit. I had to learn it too. I was never by myself. I didn't even know what it was like to be by myself. I was in a relationship since I was 19 years old up until my 30s. I never was by myself. I had to learn how to live on my own. That was hard. But where I come from is just normal to be in a relationship. You don't have to be married. You can have children, live with a person for years, and you don't have to be married, and that's normal. But it never works. You say, yes, that's our girl, cousin Ken. Yes, cousin. You say, I'm a Capricorn, just like you, sister. You helped me so much through that time. Thank you, cousin. Yes, hey, sister. You say, hey, cousin. I'm doing good. Hey, y'all. I'm glad we back together. Look, it's time for us to heal. All that stuff we went through, it wasn't for nothing. It is not for nothing. It's getting ready to serve a beautiful purpose. Trust me. Trust me. Spirit about to do a work in your life. If you're ready. But you got to be ready. You got to be ready. You got to be ready to let go. And whenever Spirit say move, you move. It's just like that. Like that song say, it's just like that. Don't no man come before the Creator. Don't nothing come before Spirit. Nothing. We got to get on that time. Because what's happening in this world, it's going to be devastating. It's going to be devastating. And only people that are connected to the Spirit will make it. Those are the elected they talk about in the Bible. We're living in that time. We're living in that time. The old world is over. It's done. It's over. I'm telling you, it's done. You say, I love your spirit. Thank you. That spirit is over. And we got to choose, you know. What are we going to do? Are we going to keep doing what everybody else is doing? Or are we going to let spirit separate us? Because we already know that when spirit returns, that there's a separation. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. So the people you used to be friends with, you may not even want to be friends with them no more. Your family members and all those people that used to be so locked in, so tight with you, you may one day just start feeling like, you know what? I don't even want to be around y'all. Y'all stressing me out. It's stressing me out too much to be around y'all. I don't even have the desire. Spirit will change your desire from the inside. And you might feel like, well, am I wrong or should I? That's your feelings. You got to get out of your feelings. Because when you get out of your feelings, you can let spirit flow. Spirit just gonna flow. But we have to allow it. And this is your higher self. You can also refer to it as your higher self, but it's one with the source. Because you came here to do something. You said nothing can separate me from God's love. Nothing. Nothing but us. And our decisions. That's it. That's it. And I mean, it's harsh to think about being separated from spirit. That's hard. That's a hard thought. It's like hard to digest that. But I know that when we first start off in this world, we are disconnected. We are. We all have been separated from spirit. And we have to remember that. And we have to remember why. Because of disobedience, right? It's still the same way today. It's still the same way right now. We just don't know it. Because spirit will turn you over to whatever you believe. It's like, okay, if that's what you believe, okay. It's like me with my children. My older children I was telling you about, they think they know everything. Okay. It don't matter to me if you believe me or not. It don't matter if you listen to me or not. I'm good. I know what I know. You need to go out there and figure it out. And when you need support, I'll be right here. But I don't care if you listen to me or not. That's your life. And that's how our Creator does us. Like Spirit had to check me too. Like everybody is supposed to be saved. Everybody's not supposed to be helped. You're trying to go help everybody because you can. Oh yeah, I can help this person. I can help that person. But then you're hurting yourself by helping these people. Who told you to do that? Oh, they told you to do that? The world said, oh, you need to help people in need. But you could be taking them out of a cycle that they need to go through. And that's why it's hurting you. So, okay. You said I'm learning to allow the older kids to go and learn. Yeah. Let them go. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. I haven't talked to my oldest son in months. And it is okay. I'm not worried about him. I don't worry about my son. You want to know why? Because I know he's my son. He's going to be all right. He's going to be all right. He's protected, and I raised him right. I did my job. We're not here to hold on to things. We didn't come here to get attached. We came here to do what we came to do, like a business trip. We do what we came to do, and then we go back home. This is not our home. These are not our things. We experience this reality. We experience everything, but nothing belongs to us. Not even our children. Our only responsibility is to nurture them and protect them and take care of them and guide them and then let them go. And you do that over and over. Every time you have one, you let them go, you let them go, and then see what Spirit does. Because it's not you. You're not doing anything. So whether they pass or fail or do good or not, you ain't got nothing to do with it. It's whatever they were created to do. So you just let them go. You say, yes, so true, yeah. Because you look at them, you say, oh my God, oh, this boy getting ready to crash. I can see it. I can see it. He get ready to go. He get ready to go. You can see it coming. And you can tell him. Because I'll tell you the truth. The moment I started telling my son things that he did not want to hear, he didn't want to be around me no more. He didn't want to be around me no more because I was telling him too much. And I had to learn. This is how I learned that. Spirit said, who told you to tell him that? Did he ask you? Did he ask you? No. Okay. Well, you wait for people to come to you because that's how Spirit guides us. You know, people come to you when you need support. And see, me being the person that I am, I just want to help everybody because I can. Oh, I know this. I know that. Okay. I can help you. I can help you. I can see. But I had to learn, you wait for people to come to you because now you know that they need help. And if they come to you and they're not willing to change, you're going to be able to see it because they're going to keep on coming back and they're not changing. So you'll be able to see it. But don't offer information that nobody asks you. I don't care if it is your child. Because if you start doing that, then you're going to run them away. So now with my daughter, it's different. I had to learn. So I see her doing stuff and I say, I could say something, but I ain't going to say nothing. You know? It's like when they start riding on a bike, you know that they got the possibility of falling, scraping their knee, hitting their head, getting their shoestring tangled up in the spokes and all that. You know that. But you don't tell them that. You say, go ahead, get on that bike. You got it. Go ahead, baby. You gonna ride that bike. And they get on there, they get the... they be... But you don't never tell them to stop getting on that bike, do you? You never tell them to stop. You let them keep on doing it. They might fall over, the bike fall on top of the hill. And you go out there, you help to pick the bike up, you get them right back on top of that bike. That's what we do as mothers. You keep on, get back up. That's it. And let them do what they gonna do. It's all right. It's all right. If they fall, scrape their knees, bust their head, whatever, they all right. But it ain't your responsibility to get on the bike. Here, let me get on the bike. You get on the back and I'll ride it. That's what some mothers do. Y'all know we be doing that. I got it. Don't worry about it. I take care. It comes a point in their life when you can't do it no more. Because they'll never stop coming to you. They will always come to you. Mama. Can you do this? Can you do that? My son don't call me for nothing. He don't call me to pay no bills. He don't call me for nothing. He might call me. The last time I talked to him, he was telling me he wanted to marry his girlfriend. That was the last time we talked about something. He said, I want to talk to you and see. And mind you, he's 22. So he was like, Mom, I just want to talk to you because I was thinking about marrying my girlfriend because they go to church. And so I didn't tell him no. Because the old kid would be like, boy, are you crazy? You are not ready for no marriage. What you gonna do? Taking care of a woman. You gonna have a baby next? You know? I wouldn't say it like that, but I probably would have put too much my little 2 cents in. But I didn't do it this time. I told him, I said, now, when you get married to a woman, you know she's your responsibility. He said, what do you mean? I said, that means that the way you take care of yourself, you need to be able to take care of her the same way. So whatever you buy for yourself, all your bills and all that type of stuff, you need to be able to have enough to take care of her the same way. Because you're not going to have a happy wife if she got to go out there and work every day. If she want to work, she can. But she has to be taken care of by you, just like you would take care of a child. You got it because she's your responsibility. I said, so do you think with your income, what you make right now, do you think you'd be able to take care of her lifestyle and how she lives? He said, no. I said, well, I think you should just, focus on yourself. He want to start his business and do this type of thing. So we start talking about his business and doing some things that he want to do. Okay, you focus on that. Get yourself right first. I'm not saying don't marry her, even though I don't like her. Sorry. Ooh. it ain't nobody that I just don't like. I ain't gonna say I don't like her. I just feel like, dang, I'm on live talking about this. I hope my son don't see it. Because it don't laugh. It slipped. It slipped. I love her with the love of the Lord. I'm just kidding. But my son, he got that Taurus energy, okay? He be wanting to take care of people and do too much. And when you do that for certain people, they take advantage. They take advantage, and that's all I'm gonna say. You said, Kiki, I'll tell you. But I can't tell him nothing. That's who we want to be with, and they've been together. Since he was in high school, they've been together. So, anyway, he want to marry the girl. I said, okay, you know, if you want to marry her, you just got to have enough to take care of her. That's all. But I didn't say what I really wanted to say. I didn't tell him, you can do better. I didn't tell him none of that type of stuff. I didn't tell him nothing. You know, you said it's probably because he's seeing you do it. Do what? You said, but not for your son, and it's understandable. My son is the same way. Yeah. You said, but you told him right. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Hey, cousin. I just told him, you know, if you ain't got enough money to take care of her, you just focus on yourself, you know. And hopefully something will happen between now and then. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I just see how he changed, you know. He just changed up so much when he got with this girl. It was like, man, that used to be my dog, man. That used to be my friend. And now it's like, you know, he be with his girlfriend all the time. And that's fine, you know. Because like I told you, you have to leave your family behind to be with your person. You do. So if that's what he want to do, that's not wrong. That's not wrong. That's what you're supposed to do. Lock in with your person so y'all can do what y'all gonna do. She's in nursing school, and he finally went back to school. Finally. But see, this is the thing. He got a good job fresh out of high school. So since he got a good job fresh out of high school, he was making money. And I was telling him, just because you're making money on this good job, you still need to go and get that training and stick to that plan that we had. Because I always give my children a plan. All right? We work on the plan. I don't give it to them per se, but I sit down with them, and me knowing who they are, when they get to be 18 years old, okay, we need to come up with a plan for your life. What do you want to do? What do you like to do? So I can point them in that direction, not just go get a job and go make some money. You know, I want them to do something that they enjoy. Yes, you said that's right. That's the vision. Yeah. So I don't want them just to live a life like, oh, I have to pay the bills, or I got to, because they don't. They don't. They don't have to work hard. They don't. And I'm thankful for that. But I'm like, okay, this is the plan. We come up with the plan based off of what he wants to do. So he was like, Mama, I like building things. I like creating things. You know how most guys are. Most guys are like that. And sidebar, ladies, if you got sons, please get them active. Get them active. Have them do something. Have them create something. It builds their confidence so much. So much. You got to keep them active. I don't care if it's baseball, football. My youngest son loves football. But my oldest son, he's more techie type of person. So he likes to, you know, be on the computers and create different games and stuff like that. But my other son, he's like that too. But he wants to be a general contractor because he likes to build things. He loves construction. So that was the plan. He didn't have to go to college, because I'm not going to say go to college, but you do need training in something. You can't just have this diploma and think that that's going to work. But since he graduated from high school and he got a good job straight out of high school, then it was kind of like, oh yeah, Mama, I know the plan, but yeah, I'm going to get around to it. I'm like, okay, did you enroll in school? Because I don't do things for them. I tell them what to do, or we talk about it, and then they go and do it. So then I was asking him, okay, you know, did you put in your application? Okay, when you started school, or whatever. Baby, he just pushed that all off to the side. Him and his girlfriend was out eating out. You know, they're out here in Atlanta, baby. They got restaurants galore. They eating out. He buying wigs by the pound, fingernails, and all this type of stuff. I said, what the? Boy, what you doing? What are you doing? And I said something. And I probably shouldn't have said it, but that's how I was feeling at the moment. Look, I'm learning too. But you said, oh, you in the South? Oh, you South of me? Yes, cousin. I'm here in Georgia. And so I said something, and, he got upset about it. But, I feel like I need to say what I had to say. And then he started to kind of rebel once I said what I had to say. So then he started staying out late and doing all this other type of stuff he want to do. He want to be big grown, da-da-da-da-da. So I said, okay, well, if you want to be so grown, you and your little girlfriend, since you're going to be moving like that, you're not going to be doing all that up in here. You can't just come in here whenever you want to. You ain't about to do all that. You ain't about to wear no shoes in this house. You ain't about to listen to that music in this house. You ain't about to do none of that, not around me. You're not doing it. So I said, if you want to do that, then you need to be looking for you a place to go. And so he was like, he came to me, he was like, probably was like a few weeks later, he's like, Mama, I'm ready to leave. And I heard Spirit tell me, if he leave, let him go. Because at first I was going to say, no, you ain't going nowhere, you ain't going nowhere. Put my mama card. You ain't going nowhere. But I heard Spirit tell me, like, let him go. Just let him go. And so I told him, I said, if you leave, you can't come back. So go ahead on, because I ain't dealing with all that. He been gone ever since. Thank you, cousin. Thank you for the roses. He been gone ever since. And I'll tell you the truth. He's doing better. He's doing better now. Because he don't have mama there saying, did you do this? Did you do that? He don't have me there doing that. He knows now that if he don't pay his bills, the lights get cut off. If he don't pay this, then that gets done. You know what I'm saying? He knows it now. But that's why I say certain things, they just got to get out there and learn. And one day he made a post on Facebook. He was like, the older I get, the more I appreciate who I was raised by. And I haven't talked to him, but I seen him say that. I was like, it warmed my heart up, Because I be doing my thug thizzle out here in these streets. But it's hard. It's hard because I be wanting to talk to him sometime and want to know what's going on with him and stuff like that. And he just be like, I'm good, living my life. You said mine says he's ready to jump out the nest. Yep. I'll let him go. And it was tough, but I think it was hard for me. He was excited. He was excited about it because he got him a little van, them little U-Haul vans. He didn't even have nothing. He didn't have nothing to move. He got one of them little U-Haul vans, and him and his little friend came over. And I don't even think he took his bed. I don't know what he took. Because I told him he could take everything. He could take it. Because I wasn't like, you can't take this and you can't take that. I said, you can take it. So he took whatever was in his room that he wanted to take. Had his little black trash bags. Loaded up in a U-Haul van. And he moved out. I took pictures of him while he was driving down the street. I was like, because I knew he wasn't I knew he wasn't coming back because I know when I was his age, and this how Spirit had to check me. Baby, when I was 18 years old, I already had a baby, all right? I was outside. I was kicking it, all right? I was not at home talking about mama this, mama that, going to school. So that's why I be like, sometimes as parents, I think we forget. When you were 18 years old, think about the stuff you were doing when you were 18, 19 years old. And then think about what your children are doing now. They are doing great. Okay, they are doing great. That's why I say compared to what I was doing, oh yeah, they on point. They gonna be all right. You said, where have you been, cousin? I'm here. You said, try to be grown. Trying to be grown. Fast self, fast tail. Running in and out the clubs with my sister fake ID. I was doing all that. Oh my goodness. Look, listen, that's why I say they're gonna be fine. They are going to be fine. Because I think about my life when I was a teenager. And I'm not saying that, to say that they should do what I did. But I'm just saying that I can't be no hypocrite. And I want them to live at this time. Because I think we forget that this is the time that they can get out there and live. And there's no real consequence. I mean, it is, but they really don't know better. So I'm talking about spiritually. They can get out there and just kind of do things and learn. And when they get into their 30s and 40s, now they got to lock down and be serious. But if they lock down and be serious in their 20s, man, they miss all the turn up. I don't want my children to miss a turn up. I'll be like, go, have fun, go, have some fun. I ain't gonna tell them to do nothing crazy, but I'm like, go and travel and go on trips and get you a car and have your friends and get you a job and get your money in your savings and buy the clothes you want and buy the shoes that you wanted. Just live your life in your 20s. You don't have no children. Live. I'm not sitting up there making them, so perfect. I don't want them to be perfect. I want them just to enjoy life. Because when they get into their 30s and they start having children, they can't do all that stuff. You say, yes, compared to what I was doing, they're doing great. That's a fact. That's why I don't even worry about him. I said, I know he ain't doing what I was doing. I know he is not doing what I was doing. You said smart. Yes, let him go. Let him go. They'll learn. Because I learned this too. When you're too serious with children, you really take the life out of them. They don't have that life. They don't have that independence, how they think for themselves and they feel like this and they do that and they got their own swag, they dress like this and that. When you so serious on them, they don't have that. They lose all that, and you don't want them to lose that because you so serious on them and everything has always got to be so perfect. No, they got their own little style, and the clothes that they wear, little dirty shoes they be wearing, be getting on my nerve. I don't know what it is with the kids nowadays. I be like, why y'all shoes be dirty? I just don't understand. Like when I was growing up, that was a big thing. I don't care if you got on Air Maxes. I don't care what you got on. Baby, we was cleaning them shoes, okay? I don't care if I got to get the dishwashing liquid and a towel or toothbrush. We used to clean our shoes. That was like our pride and joy. We gonna wash them shoelaces up, hang them on the fan, let them dry. Like, we really was earning clothes at night and all that. They just don't care. These kids don't care. They wear plastic Crocs everywhere and slides. They don't care. You see, I found myself angry because I started having kids at a young age of 21 and I can't catch a break. I know it's tough. I know. I'm telling you, I know. It feels like that, but just like I was telling you, the sooner you accept the reality that you're living in, the better it's going to get. The only way you're going to make it is to accept it. You just got to go through it. It is what it is. And if you live in regret, then all you're going to do every day is suffer. You're going to suffer every single day. And you are doing that in your own mind. Because if you think about it, you have everything you need. You really do. You may want it to be different, but that's not what it is. So see it for what it is. And stay in the present. This is what it is. And do what you can right now. And it gets better. Because I just told you, mine are grown. And gone. So you have to go through that tough little period when they're young. And you got to carry car seats and put them in the car and put them in this and that. And you got to buy school supplies every year and all that. But when they get 15, I'm telling you what I do. When my children get 15, they get a job. They start working. And they take care of themselves. That means I'm not buying backpacks. I'm not buying school supplies. I don't buy clothes. I don't buy shoes. I don't buy none of that. My daughter want her hair done, haircut. I don't buy her prom dress. My daughter made her own prom dress. They have their own money. So when they get to a certain age, you start teaching them how to take care of themselves, and they enjoy that. Give them that confidence, even if you can do it. Just let them do things on their own. And they feel good about that. You said you remember that? Yes, because you said 1, 2, 3 on the clock. Yes, let them take care of themselves, because you want to prepare them. So when they turn 18, they walk across that stage, they're not surprised. Because a lot of children are surprised. They walk across that stage and turn 18, they're like, oh, okay, what am I supposed to do? But that's because mama ain't sitting down. You got to sit down and talk with them. You got to help them see, okay, this is where you're going. Because they still have those milestones. So when they get to be in high school, you still got to be right there with them. And they got a 3-year plan. That's why I tell my children, you got a 3-year plan from 18 to 21. Is it 3 or 4 years? Whatever that time span is, you need to get some type of training. 2-year or 3-year training. So that when you turn 21, you'll be making enough money to take care of yourself. As for now, you 18, you take one of these bills. Whatever you want, you pay for it. These are the rules. Follow the rules, you ain't got no problem with me. You ain't got no problem with me. You said, that's right. You ain't got no problem with me. My daughter coming to her curfew. If she late on her curfew, she tell Mommy, I'm down the street. Oh, I'm coming. But she hardly ever late on her curfew. She know what she need to do. I ain't worried about her being out there. I'm not worried about her at all. She's out there. She having fun. They go bowling. They go skating. They do whatever they want to do. Live your life. But take care of your business. And she started taking care of herself at 15 and my son. All they got to do is clean up their room. They don't have no heavy responsibility around here. When I was growing up, we had to worry about, is the lights going to be on when I get home? We had some real problems, okay? Is it going to be food in this refrigerator? Gosh dang it, I'm hungry. Ain't no food. They don't have to worry about none of that type of stuff. All you got to do is keep your room clean. And I would have them wash the dishes, but they don't wash them like I like them. So, they only wash the dishes when I don't feel like washing them. But other than that, take care of yourself. Do me a solid. Take care of yourself. I don't need you to do nothing else. Because you laughing up for real. I don't be one of them kids washing no dishes. I don't want y'all in the kitchen at all. I'll be like, what you doing in here? What you want? This is my place. What do you want? They ain't gonna grow up, cousin. I'm telling you, they might stress you out. It might be. Listen, they gonna do all that, but I promise you, they will love you. Your children will love you like no man or no mother or no father, like nobody ever will. They will love you. They will. And if you respect yourself and you respect them, they will respect you. Because even with my oldest son, he don't disrespect me. We have never had an argument, not once. I told him about himself a few times, but he ain't gonna say nothing crazy to me. I ain't never heard him cuss. I don't never hear none of that type of stuff. Some of that music they be listening to be kind of suspect, though. I be getting them about that music. I be like, what are you listening to? What is this? And they try to turn it down when they hear me coming. I heard that. I heard what she said. I heard that. I heard that. My daughter be talking about she be listening to music with cussing in it. I said, Tommy, you listen to music with cussing in it? I didn't even know. She got her little car and stuff. She's put on a playlist when I get in the car. And I said, okay, why you always put on a playlist when I get in the car? She said, Mom, because I don't think you want to hear the music I listen to. I said, well, what you be listening to? Because she be listening to the Hamilton soundtrack and all that when she be at home. So what you listening to? I said, you listen to songs with cuss words? Yes, Mom, I'm about to be 19. Oh, gosh. But I can't be no hypocrite. Because the music I used to listen to, baby, they couldn't even play it on the radio. Okay? Too hard for the radio. It's a fact. You said treat it like that, of course. But I didn't have that kind of mom, sadly. And I'm somehow not like her. Yeah. I didn't have a mom like that either. My mom was a foster child. And I could go on and on and on about my story. My mom didn't have that. My mom's mom passed when she was 15 years old. I didn't have that either. You want to know how I know what I know? Spirit. I connected to the source. And now I know everything I need to know. And as women, we have this intuition, but it's not as sharp as it needs to be when we're disconnected. But when you get connected to Spirit, Spirit will tell you everything about your children, about your man, about yourself. I mean, there's nothing you won't know. You know everything. Yeah, she got a little playlist, cousin. It's about, and I'm from Memphis, what you know about me? I said, oh, you listening to that one? Because I hear that on the TikTok. Yeah. The spirit, yes, the spirit. There's only one spirit. There's only one spirit. And I know, from a religious standpoint, they think of spirits, but there's only one spirit. Our creator is the spirit of all life, not just the good, but also those so-called negative entities or forces or whatever. The creator created everything. Everything. And it all serves a purpose. It all serves a purpose. So when you hear me say spirit, I'm talking about the source. You can call it God or whatever you call it. It is a spirit. It's not a man. And I feel like a lot of times when people use the word God, they make it minimum. They minimize what the creator is. When you say spirit, then people have to acknowledge the fact that this is what you're dealing with. You're not dealing with the man. You're not dealing with Christ. You're not dealing with that. Okay? We're talking about the creator that created Christ. But sometimes in religion, people get the lines blurred. They worship the creation and not the creator. And that's why they don't have the connection. And that's why they can't do greater works than Christ did. So my job is to help people to get connected to the source so you can do greater works than Christ did. Yes. The one. Yes. The one. The only. You can call it the Holy Spirit. You call it whatever you want to. But I don't want no holes in the spirit. No. No. No holes in the spirit. Whole. W-H-O-L-E. Yeah, whole. But you put some holes in the spirit, you got the problem. That means some holes in your connection. I don't want no holes in the spirit. You said people get so offended to not, people get offended, but people only can understand to their level of awareness and what they've been told or taught. And I know that even about my own life and my own experience. So I understand. It was very hard for me to recognize and to accept certain things. And on the spiritual path, when spirit starts to tell you the truth, you either accept it or you don't. And it will require that you forget everything that you learned most of the time. Everything that you learned, you'll find out that wasn't it. You said you funny cousin. I'm for real. I don't know in the spirit. I want to be locked in, tight. Okay, cousin. I love y'all so much. I really do. Make sure y'all join us in spiritual alignment class. And don't forget to join the private community. Y'all be signing up for spiritual alignment class and I'll be sitting up there waiting by the door. Look. Waiting by the virtual door. Waiting for y'all to come to our private community. You say, how do you join? I think it's the second link. Click on it and join. And when you come into the room, say, hey, cousin, so we can know you made it. You have support. Let me tell you one thing you're going to get over here is support. All right? We be up texting all night like we live in the same state. We got cousins in this state. We got cousins in this state, everywhere, all over the place. But we all doing the same thing. We're healing and growing together. If you're going through things, you can share. It's a safe place to share. You're going to get advice because I'm always in there. So when you text in there, it comes across my phone like a text. So I respond. Back to you. We're going to be locked in. I'm not just, giving you this and saying go on and figure it out. No, I want you to join the community. That's why I'll be at the door waiting for y'all by the door. I was waiting on you at the door. I'll even send you an email too. If I know you signed up and you ain't joined the private community, I'll be like, hey, I noticed that you joined. Where you at? You said, yes, I love it. Yes, because I'm going to be with you, okay? I know my job. I know what I came here to do. I'm looking, okay, where you at? What's going on? And our cousins in the community, they know how I am. They know. They can post anything in there. I mean, not anything, but anything that they're going through. There is no judgment. There is no judgment. And this is what we need, A lot of women are raising children by ourselves. And that's okay. That's all right. I told you, over 4 million of us are raising children by ourselves. So the way I see it is, if all 4 million of us tag team together, baby, we can get these children raised up right. We can get ourselves together. We're going to be looking good. We're going to be looking fly. And what these men going to do with their big belly self? What they going to do? They going to have to get in line. That's what they going to do. They going to have to get it together. Because I'm going to tell you, the more you stop having the sex with these men, and I'm going to go on this, but when you stay away from them, you go back to being a kid again. I'm not lying to you. You will go back to being a kid again. You will. Your inner child will come alive. You go back and get that little girl that you left years ago, that you was letting all these people abuse and mistreat and treat like she was $2.50. You go down in the basement and get that little girl that you threw down there years ago, and you start loving on her and taking care of her and all the things. Like we was talking about in our private community, how we was going to get some of those jelly shoes. Remember the jellies we used to wear back in the day? One of our cousins was like, she remembered she had her some jellies. And I was like, oh, I remember I had me some Melissa's when I was young. So I went and got me some of them strapped up sandals that I used to wear. And I was thinking about getting me a cricket doll, but they're a little scary now. I don't think I want one, but I got a picture when I had a cricket doll. But yeah, you go back and take care of your little girl and start nurturing her, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. It's really beautiful to see. Yes, community. Yes, we need community. Nowadays, that's how we gonna make it, y'all. That's how we gonna make it. Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. But when you got a community that you connected to, it's just like you come together with your community and y'all just stay together, you know. Find you a community. People that you trust, people that love you, people that encourage you, inspire you, hold you accountable. Because this just ain't no, girl, hold my hand, sis, we gonna make it and all that. No, because I'm telling you, girl, cousin, hold on. You tripping right now. What? You did what? Okay. I mean, I ain't judging, but I'm going to say something. You said, yes, I need this. Yes, every woman in the world needs this. I'm telling you. Every woman. Because it's going to change your life. And it's not me. It's Spirit. Okay? I told you when I came back, Spirit told me to help women that are ready to transform your life. If you're ready to change and transform your life, I can show you the way. Because I've done it and I'm doing it every single day. And it's not only going to change your life, it's going to change your children's life. When you invite Spirit into your life, I am telling you, everything becomes clear. It becomes clear for you and you see yourself. So you can't be afraid of the dark because you're going to see the darkness. You're going to see yourself. But don't judge yourself. Make the adjustments and move forward, and you'll see your life change. You will become a better woman, and you will do what you were created to do, because that's the purpose of it all. You know, it's time for us to get into alignment because we came here to do something. You know, there's a lot of people doing all their chaos and doing whatever they doing. They're supposed to do that. We're supposed to be on our square doing what we need to do, and not underneath no man or on top. On top of underneath no men. Stop. You say you feel like crying. It's okay to cry. Let it out. Don't hold it in. Okay? You might bust a vein in your head or something. Let it out. It's time to come out. It's time to heal. But you got to feel it to heal. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. And you're going to make it through it. You said, cousin, y'all laughing. Don't hold it in, cousin. Don't be holding them tears in. And sometimes we be so busy that the tears won't even work up in our eye. We be so busy. Like, man, I feel like I want to cry, but I can't even get the tear down. You're too busy. You got to relax to cry. I feel like I want to cry, but I can't even get the tear down. You're too busy. You got to relax to cry. Go spiritual bath so you can cry. You said, hello, how are you? I remember you from YouTube a while ago. Good to see you. Hey, cousin. Yes, it's been a while, but I'm back. So I only come live here on TikTok maybe once, maybe twice a week. But you will find me in the spiritual alignment class in our community every day. All day, every day. Sometimes we be texting at night like little schoolgirls. Every day. Because, you know, I know that there's just a certain group of women that are ready, you know. And so I have to put my energy and effort towards helping them. And I do private sessions, but only for women that are in spiritual alignment class. So I was doing them publicly, but I find that, you know, people will just keep getting session after session after session and they're not ready to change. Normally when you join spiritual alignment class, you're guided to do so. I'm not guiding you, but Spirit is guiding you from within. You know it's for you and you're ready to change. You're ready. And that's what I want to see. I want to see pictures, transformation, testimonials. I want to see the children changing. I want to see them any longer. What's that song? I want to see them longer. That's Kendrick Lamar. That's what he said. I want to see the belly stronger. That's what he said about, hey, water bottle. Because I'm about to go. It's time for me to go. Because y'all know I'll be on here yapping all day. So I will see you all soon. Make sure y'all join. What was I going to say? Dang, I got something else for y'all. the wellness, look, this is how I know I need to get off because my mind is getting foggy. The wellness session that I'm doing for single mothers on Mother's Day, all right? It's going to be at 1 p.m. on Mother's Day, so make sure y'all register because I'm be sending y'all some healing energy, long distance healing energy. So we're going to remove some of those blockages. We're going to share. We're going to talk about what we've been through, but we're going to release all of that. We're going to release it. We're going to get over it. We're going to get focused, and we moving up, okay? We moving up. Put the man to the side. Whatever he did, whatever he doing, it don't matter. We're going to take them babies, and we're going to go right up where we need to go. And I wore my maternity dress just for y'all. Look, it got pockets. This really is not a maternity dress, cousin. It's not. But that's what it's giving while I'm sitting down. I told you I like sliding around this house with my house shoes on and my house dresses. And that's exactly what I be doing. All right, cousin, I love y'all so much. Y'all take care of yourself. Stay safe, all right? Stay safe. Protect yourself. Protect your children. Protect your home. Protect your energy. That's up to you. That's your responsibility, okay? I love y'all so much, and I will talk to y'all soon. Y'all know I'll be wanting to go, but I need to. All right, cousin, I love y'all. And for everybody who just joined, I'm going to see y'all in a minute. Okay, bye.